Step 1. Mount the machine on firm and level workbench. Step 2. Connect the power supply and turn on the power switch at the back. Step 3. Install the spindle. Insert the selected spindle into the connecting shaft. Note, there is a flat plane at the upside of cone spindle. Please make the flat face to the screw, then tighten the screw. Set temperature. Users can set the temperature of the constant temperature stage as needed. For the low temperature version range is 5 degrees Celsius 75 degrees Celsius. High temperature version range is 50 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius. Actual temperature, the real-time temperature of the constant temperature stage. Hold time, it refers to the time from pressing the run button to when the spindle starts to rotate. This period is usually used to balance the temperature between the sample and the rotor and can be set within a time range of 0 to 999 seconds. 1 to 3 minutes is recommended. Run time. It is recommended to refer to the left table for setting. In order to avoid the influence on the results caused by the heat generated from sample friction, it is recommended that when the rotational speed is above 200 rpm, the running time should not exceed 12 seconds. Shear rate. The instrument will calculate the current shear rate according to the selected rotor and rotational speed. Speed. Select the current rotational speed. The settable range is 5 rpm to 1000 rpm. Spindle. The currently selected spindle has a total of 1 to 10 available for selection. FSR. The instrument will automatically calculate the maximum viscosity range that can be measured according to the combination of the spindle and the speed. Torque. The deflection of the torque sensor of the viscometer occurs. The torque should be in the range of 10% to 100% to ensure that the instrument can provide reliable data results. If the torque is too low, can add speed, and if the torque is too high, can decrease speed. Viscosity, measured torque based on selected spindle and speed, torque in the range of 10% to 100%, the calculated reliable viscosity value. Run or stop, users can start or pause the experiment at any time. Data saving, users can enter the saving interface to save data and export to UDIC. Settings button, users can enter the settings interface. Modify the screen brightness, select the operating language, touchscreen sound, alarm sound, unit selection, modify the system date and time. Perform data calibration and view historical test data. Step 1. Press the handle to the lowest position. Step 2. Set the detection parameters. Set the temperature as required. Click the sliding switch on the right to the on. Set spindle. Click on the spindle to select the corresponding spindle. Set hold time. Select the time for waiting for the temperature to equalize according to the sample to be tested. It is recommended to set it to at least 1 minute to 3 minutes. Set run time. Refer to the left table for the running time and select shear rate and speed. The instrument has the function of automatically converting the values of the two based on the spindle model. Only input the shear rate as 3,333 per second, and the rotational speed of 250 rpm can be automatically obtained. Input speed as 250 rpm can also automatically obtain shear rate of 3,333 per second. Wait for the instrument to warm up for 10 minutes to allow the spindle and the base plate to reach thermal equilibrium. Press the spindle to the lowest position. Drop the test sample onto the center of the plate. Move the rotor to the lowest position. Observe that the sample should cover the entire bottom surface of the spindle and overflow its edge by 1 mm. Note, when the rotor edge does not overflow indicates too less. Excessive overflow indicates too much. In both cases, the sample needs to be added again. Step 4. Close the solvent trap above the spindle. Step 5. Start measuring. Click Run and the instrument will automatically start measuring after the hold time. Step 6. When the instrument finishes the measurement, observe the torque value. When the torque is between 10% to 100%, the data results are reliable. Step 7. The instrument has the function of exporting data. Click Data Save to enter the Data Save page. Click Save to save the data. Click Settings button to enter the settings menu. Click Data View to enter the data list. Select the data to be saved. Insert the U-disc at the back of the instrument. Click Export CSV to save the data to the USB flash drive. Firstly, we should determine whether the equipment needs calibration. For example, we use cap viscosity standard oil number 3 and cap 3 for calibration. From the table, we can know that the full scale of cap 3 at a rotational speed of 750 rpm is 1000 MPa.s. From the accuracy table, we can know that the accuracy of cap 3 at a rotational speed of 750 rpm is plus or minus 2%. Therefore, the accuracy of the viscometer is plus or minus 2% of 1000 MPa.s, that is 20 MPa.s. The accuracy of this viscosity standard oil at 25 degrees Celsius is plus or minus 1% of the viscosity value of 354 MPa.s, that is 3.54 MPa.s. So the total allowable error is plus or minus 23.54 MPa.s. If the test result is outside the range from 330.46 MPa.s to 377.54 MPa.s, the instrument needs calibration. Step 1. Turn on the power. Keep the indoor temperature controlled within 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. Step 2. Install the spindle. Set the temperature of the flat plate to the temperature of the calibration standard oil and turn on the temperature control. Step 3. Lift the cone plate viscometer and drop the test sample onto the center of the flat plate. Step 4. Press the spindle to the lowest position and close the solvent trap above the spindle. Wait for 30 minutes to allow the flat plate, calibration liquid and spindle to reach thermal equilibrium. Step 5. Click on the icon in the lower right corner to enter the settings interface. Click on Calibration and enter the password 250000 to enter the calibration interface. Step 6. Select Coefficient Calibration in the calibration interface. Input the viscosity of the standard oil. Select the spindle that needs to be calibrated and choose the rotational speed of 750 rpm. Click on Confirm Calibration and wait for the calibration to be completed. Step 7. After being prompted that the calibration is completed, return to the main interface and retest the current calibration oil. If the tested viscosity is within the range of the measuring range, the calibration is completed. If the retest result is not within the range of the measuring range, please replace the calibration oil or repeat the above steps to recalibrate.